Hey guys, good morning. Wow, I wasn't expecting to wake up to thunder and lightning this morning, but I love the rain and I love the springtime. So I just thought I'd just give you a little, just something I do in the mornings to wake up the body. And so I wanted to share some of that with you. And so I begin in a seated position, as always, as I tell you students. You have to find what's comfortable for you. But I do want to say that if you always sit with this leg in front, I want to challenge you to switch it out. Oh yeah, it's different, isn't it, from side to side? And so just get into the habit of just when you're sitting to change out the legs, all right? And then let's just close our eyes for a moment, take our shoulders, roll them back. And just tune into your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Don't try to change it, just notice it. And just start to notice the coolness of the breath as you inhale and the warmth of the breath as you exhale. And just notice if you are gripping anywhere. It's easy to grip in the hips, so soften the sitting bones toward the floor. Soften the area of the groin muscles. And just notice the length of your neck. So if your chin is lifting up toward the sky, can you draw it down just a little bit and find that length? Reaching the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. And as you begin to allow that breath to slow down a little bit, let's start to take a deeper breath. So as you inhale, I want you to inhale through the nose, begin to feel the spaces that rise as you inhale. Perhaps the chest, the ribs, you may even feel that in your low back. And then as you exhale, begin to lengthen your exhales. Make those exhales just a little bit longer. And notice how you exhale, your body begins to soften. Listen to the sound of your breath. Maybe even hearing what sounds like the waves of the ocean. Now begin to just gently open your eyes. And as you inhale, I want you to take a big stretch up toward the sky. And as you exhale, slowly slide those palms toward the heart center. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, big arms all the way up, extend. And as you exhale, slowly bring those palms to heart center. At your own pace with your own breath, that's what's most important. Don't try to keep up with me because I'm talking, so I'm obviously not getting a full breath. So just do it at your own pace, right? All the way up. And then next time those palms are at heart center, I want you to hold heart center. Go ahead and switch those legs out. And then from here, we're going to take our right hand and we're going to place it on our left knee. We're going to take the other hand behind us. And so notice when you put that hand behind you, did that shoulder creak up? Bring it down. Soften all the way through here. And as you inhale, I want you to reach the crown of the head up toward the sky, getting longer in the spine. And as you exhale, begin to draw that right rib cage all the way toward you. Feel a little bump, right? Like, oh, I've stuck. Then just hold right there. And then do it again. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, bring that right rib cage toward that left thigh. And you're going to know when it's time to stop because your body's really, don't force it, never forcing. And then just begin to breathe. Twisting is so good for the body. Mr. Iyengar used to say, he's one of the famous yogis, a little squeeze and soak. So we're just going to squeeze and soak here. We're squeezing as we twist. As you inhale, I want you to go ahead and come back to center, but lift the arms up toward the sky as you come back. And exhale, release those hands down and just let everything move back into place. And just notice. Maybe you're already starting to feel some energy moving, some subtle changes in the body. And then inhale, arms up. This time we're going to take those arms up and we're going to just start to twist that left rib cage over to the right thigh. Drop that right hand behind you. Left hand, right thigh. And then with each breath, we're inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, drawing that left rib cage toward that right thigh. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Allow your hips to begin to settle in. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hands plant. We're just going to walk it out a little bit. So take it into that forward fold. So maybe you don't realize this, but your spine moves in 6 different directions. I hope that you're hearing that in your classes at Genesis Yoga. And so right now we're in a forward fold. We're hinging at the hips. And so for you, your forward fold might look like this early in the morning, or depending on when you see this video. So work with your breath. As you inhale, maybe you extend out. As you exhale, you begin to fold at the hips. Walk those hands over to your left. And then just continue to breathe. Walk back to center and then walk it over to your right. Now just know that I'm showing you these different things that you can do. You could hold this for 10 breaths if you wanted, or maybe just 3. So this is just a guide for some things that you can do at home. And walk it back to center and walk it back up. All right. Just a couple more things I want you to do. I want you to inhale those arms up again. And this time as you exhale, you're going to start to reach the left hand down and right arm over. Now, if their shoulders kind of cranky this morning, maybe just keep the hand here and just work. So what we're trying to do is go into what we call lateral flexion. So there's a little bit of a contraction here. Don't dump here. But then lengthen from this hip all the way through those fingertips. Pressing through the right hip. Again, deep breathing. Start to really notice your right rib cage. Got some great muscles there. So just breathe so that you can feel those muscles expanding. As you inhale, rise. Exhale, take it opposite. Notice, maybe you felt something different on this side. I say notice a lot in my classes because it's so easy to rush through. We don't want to rush. We want to feel the changes, the subtle changes that are happening in our bodies. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to slow it down and we're going to notice. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Again, just notice. And the last thing that I want to do is I'm just going to do a couple of cat-cows because then we'll have a little bit of extension in our spine. So I'm going to come to all fours. And so our wrists under the shoulders and our knees under our hips. And I just want you to draw that low belly up. I've already had a cup of coffee. I don't know if by the time you've seen this, you might have already had 3. Hopefully not that many. But what I want you to think about here is that I'm putting a nice cup of coffee or hot tea on your back and it would stay there. So find your tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, push that floor away with your hands and with your shins and with your feet and find your cat back. Now flow with your breath. Let your breath generate the movement, not the other way around. Exhale starts, then you start to move into this rounding. One more time. Once again, you could slow this down even more, maybe just holding. If you feeling you need a cat back this morning, it's a little cranky there. Wiggle around if you want. You can maybe even drop your hips side to side. And then from here, we're going to take the knees wide, big toes together, and sit back into child's pose. And if child's pose isn't your favorite, you could just come to your back and hug your knees out to the side. And that's child's pose, just on your back. So come on down. Forehead can rest on the mat, or you can stack those forearms and rest your forehead here. So I'm going to encourage you, if you're watching live, stay there for 4 or 5 more breaths or even longer. Make that your Shavasana. And if that's not your happy place, there's always a place for Shavasana, guys. Even in a 10-minute practice, lay down for 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Everybody has a Fitbit or something that beeps at them. You could set your timer so that you can totally relax. So I hope that you have a great day. If you're watching this later, just use this in the mornings or right before you go to bed. You want to keep it pretty low key right before you go to bed. This is just a great run through of you've moved your spine in all 6 directions, and that didn't take very long. So guys, we miss you. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.